Hey guys, how you guys doing tonight? This is Darren Jackson, and we are getting close to the playoff time. District championship implications are here in week 10. Next week will be the final week of the regular season in the greater Houston area. And also, we're going to have some teams that are vying for playoff spots in Division One and Division Two in the great state of Texas, including in the greater Houston area. We're going to go ahead and get a chance to do some talk and talk about some teams around the district areas that is going to be playing, teams that could be competing for district, actually by district playoffs. Hopefully, we'll be able to see which teams are inclined to be able to get closer to that next step on their dreams of trying to make it to AT&T Stadium in Division One and Division Two. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start out with Thursday night games, and the Thursday night games are going to be some teams that are just only going to play for the rest of the regular season, but then you have some that are going to be playing for district championships. We start out with the matchup on Thursday night between Aldine Davis at Aldine MacArthur. Aldine Davis is 2-6, 2-3 in district play, while Aldine MacArthur is 2-6 and 1-4 in district play. I'm going to go ahead and make my predictions on Aldine Davis to try to get the W over Aldine MacArthur. I think that they're going to be in the race for the district, try to get that fourth and final spot. Right now, Spring Westfield is the top seed in 14 6A. Second team in the district race is Spring. The Spring Westfield defeated Spring this year. Spring Decaney is the third place in the district. Aldine Nimitz is in fourth because Spring Decaney defeated Aldine Nimitz. Davis is still in it in a way, and so is Eisenhower. They're still in it. Davis defeated Eisenhower. Uh, Eisenhower has to get 2 wins, and Davis has to get 2 losses, or it could be a loss on loss. But then again, Davis will be getting that fourth and final spot. Only time can tell on who could be able to get the spots for that district. Eisenhower will take on Spring Decaney. Eisenhower 3-2, 2-3 in the district, and Spring Decaney is 3-5, 3-2 in the district. I'm going to go with Spring Decaney. I think Eisenhower's season is going to end on Thursday night. I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I don't know how good Eisenhower is. I noticed that they had lost some key games to Cy Creek and a few other teams, including Spring. Next week, they will finish up the season hosting Spring Westfield. I don't see nobody beating Spring Westfield for the rest of the season until they get into the playoffs. They're going to be very deep in that playoffs scenario. On Thursday night at Prisian Stadium, a game that it would be Cy Woods taking on Cy Springs. I think that Cy Woods should get the edge in this one. They came off and and had probably one of the biggest wins in the state, and they knocked out Cy Park. Cy Park was undefeated going into that game. Cy Woods defense stepped it up. I think big shouts out to Chase Perisher on that one. I gotta say, this is going to be a very interesting one because Cy Springs is looking to fight for, which I would call it a spot for for a playoffs, but I don't think that they will be able to make it. So I think that Cy Woods should take care of business. Langham Creek. Let's talk about that district. Uh, Cy Ranch is 4-1 in the district because they lost to Langham Creek. This is a very interesting district because Cy Ranch and Cy Park lost last week, and they're matching up on Thursday night at the Berry Center. The game with the Cy Woods and Cy Springs, I'll be at Bridgetown Stadium for that one. But need to say, you got two teams who are looking to try to win the district championship on Thursday night. And if Cy Park wins, they got to beat Langham Creek. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If Cy Ranch wins, Cy Springs, they got to beat Cy Springs, which I'm quite sure that they will. But this is very interesting for the district because both teams beat Bridgeland. And I gotta say, this could be a district that could be a toss-up. And when I say toss-up, I mean you never know what's going to happen when you see these two match up against one another. And I really believe in my heart of hearts that Cy Park is going to win this game over Cy Ranch. I think Cy Woods is going to take care of business against Cy Springs. Somebody going to go 4-1 in that district, and somebody, which has a tie for first place. I'm actually, the better record is Cy Park. Cy Park, and we're going to put them at number 1. Cy Springs at number 2. Bridgeland is going to be at number 3. Cy Parks and Langham Creek are in a fight for 4th. Let's see, did they play against each other? I think Langham Creek, they beat Langham Creek by 1. So I'm going to put Cy Woods at 4th and then Langham Creek at 5th, which Langham Creek probably going to have to miss unless if they come up with the upset of the century to knock off Cy Park. Only time can tell. We'll get back on Friday. Well, actually, more talking about in that district, especially with the standings. All right, so West Side and Sam Houston. We're going to go West Side with the win. Katie and Katie Taylor. Katie should take care of Katie Taylor. Pasadena Memorial at Pasadena. I'm picking Pasadena Memorial to take care of business. Pearland Dawson at Elsick. I'm going to go with Pearland Dawson, knock off Elsick. LaPorte and Goose Creek Memorial. I'm going to go with Goose Creek Memorial to take care of business. Austin against Galena Park. Galena Park should get the win. Sharpstown against Northside. I'm going to go with Northside over Sharpstown. Nederland and Kingwood Park. I'm going with Nederland. Cashmere and Scarborough. I'm going to go with Cashmere. Worthing at Yates. I'm going to go with Yates. All right, on Friday night games, and these are some of the most important games in the district. We're starting out with District 13 6A, and matchup between the Woodlands and Conroe. Conroe is 2-1 in the district, and the Woodlands is 6-2, 3-0 in the district. I don't see nobody beating these guys, not right now for the Woodlands. I think the Woodlands are hot. They're going to go into next week's game against the Woodlands College Park, and they're going to be prepared for that one. Willis at Conroe Grand Oaks. I'm going to go with Willis. They should get the W on this one. Conroe Oak Ridge at the Woodlands College Park. Oak Ridge is not looking good this year. So they lost Alton McCaskill, who was now at U of H. I think he's redshirting at U of H. The Woodlands College Park should get the W on that one. Aldine at Spring Westville, picking Spring Westville to win. Spring at Nimitz, picking Spring to win. Klein and Klein Oaks. Actually, Klein was at Klein, I should say. I think that this is going to be a very interesting one. PJ Hatter really stepped it up in that game against Tombo, but last week they got the loss to Klein Kane, who I think Klein Kane is going to be the district champions. They well deserve of it. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Klein Collins is going to be the district champions because they knocked off Klein Kane in a pretty good one. And then Klein Kane will have this is actually their last game of the season, and then they're getting ready for playoff time. Which you guys they will take on Tombo on Saturday, which we'll talk a little bit more about that. But Klein Collins and Tombo Memorial, I think Klein Collins should get the W. They're going to be tough to beat. Like we was talking about Bridgeland and Side Lakes, Bridgeland should take care of Side Lakes, and the game at Pridgeon I'll be is Langham Creek and Side Falls. I think that Langham Creek is going to get the W over Side Falls on Friday night. And the game that's very interesting to me in District 17 6A, which they're not saying that they're not interested, but throw all the records aside. The rivalry, battle at the branch. Northbrook versus Spring Woods. A lot of people said that they thinking that Spring Woods are just going to railroad them. I I think that probably is going to be the case on Friday at Tully Stadium. Springwood's should be able to get the W. Springwood's going to finish off maybe 4-6 because I know it's next week they got Cy-Fair, which that's going to be a tough loss for that one. But I gotta say, I'm I'm very impressed with Spring Woods. I think Spring Woods is an interesting team that a lot of people have slept on for quite some time. I think that next year they're probably going to be a little bit more better. They just need some pieces, put some pieces to the puzzle. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs next year. I don't know if what they're going to have next year. But I think that this is going to be a very interesting team next year coming into the season. Northbrook and it's Gomez. I really like him. He came from Klein Kane. He has some kids that's trying their best to go out there and play. It's just a tough district, man. And in that district, it's just too many weapons, too many teams that is too good to be true. But the edge goes to Spring Woods. Sorry, Northbrook. I have to do that. 18-6A district matchup. I think that's going to be at Delmar Stadium. It's Houston Heights and Lamar. Last year, Heights upset Lamar, knocked off the 75 game winning streak in district play. This year, Lamar is 7-2. Started out 0-2 in the season, but then won 7 straight. Heights. I'm not gonna say Heights gonna get the win. I'm gonna pick Lamar to win this one. I think that this is gonna be a very good matchup. Chavez against Westbury. I'm gonna go with Westbury to knock off Chavez. 19-6A, we got Cinco Ranch and Morton Ranch. Cinco Ranch looked good last week against Katie Taylor. I know Katie Taylor is on a down year this year, but I gotta say Morton Ranch and Cinco Ranch, both teams 2-2 in district play. Morton Ranch 4-4 in in the season, and Cinco Ranch only 5-3 in the season. I gotta say that Cinco Ranch, if they can get this win, they got a huge game against Seven Lakes at Road Stadium next week. I think that should be a very good one. I gotta say, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Cinco Ranch to win this one. Katy, like I said, we already talked about Katy. Katy is 8-0, 4-0 in the district. There's no stopping Katy. Katy Tompkins, second place in the district. Cinco Ranch and Seven Lakes next week could vie for third place in the district. Um, Morton Ranch, more than likely, is going to get knocked out the playoffs. Katy Taylor is going to end up their season as well as May Creek. They're going to end up they're going to end their season as well. Let's say 26A. That's the Fort Bend district. Friday night. Well, actually, Seven Lakes played May Creek. I'm going to go with Seven Lakes to get the win. 26A. Elkins and Travis should be a very good one. I'm going to go with Travis to knock off Elkins. Travis is 4-1 in district play. Rich Point leads the district. They play Travis next week. Should be a very good one. CE King and Beaumont Westbrook. That is probably one of the hardest districts to ever win. And North Shore are making it look easy. They got a huge one next week against Atascocita. I'm sorry, it's this Friday night. We'll talk a little bit more about North Shore and Atascocita, battle of undefeateds in district play. Who's going to win the district championship? On time can tell. Westbrook is 2-2 in the district, while C King is 2-2 in the district. Both teams coming off losses. I think that this is going to be a very good matchup. I'm picking Beaumont Westbrook to knock off C King, but then again, I could be wrong on this one because this game is at in Beaumont. And Humble Atascocita at Galena Park North Shore. Hey, I gotta say this. Atascocita looked really good against Allen, but then they took that loss to Geyer. But it was a really good game. Last week they had a bye week, while North Shore took care of business against CE King in a 17-0 shutout. I'm gonna go ahead and until the champs get beat for district, I'm gonna go with North Shore to get the W. I think it's gonna be a very good close game. I'm gonna call it and say this. I think North Shore should win it 41-40. I could be wrong on that one. Then again, who knows? Summer Creek against Humble. Summer Creek should take care of Humble. All right, other games in the greater Houston area, we got Pasadena, South Houston at Channelview. I'm going to go with Channelview with the win. Pasadena to Sam Rayburn at Dobie. Should be a very good one. I think that Dobie should get the W on that one, but you never know what could happen in that district, in District 22 6A. Dobie is 6-2, 3-1 in the district. Deer Park is undefeated at 7-2 and 5-0 in the district. They took care of Dobie a couple weeks ago. They got a bye week this week, and then they finish off the year at Pasadena Memorial. Let's see. We got A-Leaf Taylor and A-Leaf Hastings, 23 6A. I think A-Leaf Taylor will take care of business, even though they're 4-4, 2-3 in the district. If they can get their final two wins, they'll be playoff bound. Straight Jesuit at Alvin, I think Straight Jesuit should get the win on that one. Pearland is 5-0 in the district. So is Shadow Creek. They match up on Saturday to see who is going to vie for first place in the district. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They're matching up this Friday night. Shallow Creek and Pearland. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with Pearland to knock off Shadow Creek. No offense to Shadow Creek, but I think that the Oilers are going to be district champions after next week. Other games, like I said, Clear Falls at Clear Creek, Clear Lake at Browserswood, Clear Springs at Dickinson. I'm going to go with Clear Falls, Browserswood, and Dickinson. Uh, in in 5A areas, I'm going to go with Waller over, and well, actually, I'm going to go with College Station over Waller, Conroe Caney Creek at Lufkin. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with Lufkin to knock out Conroe Caney Creek. Magnolia and New Caney Porter, Magnolia West at New Caney, Baytown Union at Baytown Lee. I'm sorry, Baytown United at Baytown Lee, Baytown Sterling's at Port Arthur Memorial, Friendswood at Galveston Ball. I got other games Friday night. Fort Bend Kempner at Angleton, Rosenberg Terry at Wisdom, Katy Paytow at Manville should be a very, very good one. Let's talk about that matchup for some of y'all that want to be able to see it for yourselves. Paytow, and this is an interesting one right here. Paytow took care of business last week against Hightower. And Hightower early in the season knocked off Manville. So Hightower was undefeated in district play until they ran to Paytow. Paytow is undefeated. They're going to Manville on Friday night at Freedom Field. My scenario on this matchup is, can Manville slow down Paytow's run game? Their defense for Paytow is looking good too. This is a team that could compete for a state championship. Could match well with the likes of a Longview or Highland Park, or even let's say Den Ryan. I don't know if Longview and Okay, so Longview and Highland Park did play, and Highland Park knocked off Longview. Longview has not had they're 3-1, so they're going to make a trip to McKinney, Texas, take on McKinney North, and then they host the final game against John Tyler. But I gotta say this is going to be the matchup of the night in 5A and around the state. Brian Rudder at AM Consolidated. I'm going to go with AM Consolidated. Take care of business for full share to take care of Lamar Consolidated. Montgomery at Huntsville. I'm going to go with Rodney Southern at Huntsville. Fort Bend Marshall at Sterling. Fort Bend Marshall should take care of business. Dayton and Barbers Hills. I'm going to go with Barbers Hills. Santa Fe at Crosby. I'm going with Crosby. Texas City at Port Neches Grove. I'm going to go with Texas City. Bay City at Needville. I'm going to go with Needville. El Campo at West Columbia. El Campo should get the dub. Freeport, Sport at Stafford. Stafford should get the win. Belleville at Lamarck. I'm going to go with Belleville. Berkshire Royal at Sweeney. Berkshire Royal should get the W. And Sealy at Warden. I'm going to go with Sealy to knock off Warden. So let's talk about Saturday, guys. And the matchup that I'm going to talk about in 17-6A. Actually, we're going to go ahead and talk about Tombo and Kine Kane. I think Kine Kane should take care of business. 3 games in 17-6A. We know Cy Fair are going to take care of Cy Ridge. Memorial and Cy Creek. I got to say, the winner of this game gets that 4th spot, and they will be the district champions. I'm sorry, no, they won't be district champs. Nope, they'll be 4th place. They won't even get close to the district title. But we're going to talk about the district championship this Saturday at Tully Stadium. I will be at Bridgeon Stadium to see Memorial against Cy Creek. Can Cy Creek stop that bad man? Can they stop? Can they stop Carson Zahn? I don't think that they can, because last week, I'm going wrong, Brad Jackson, because, hey, sorry, man. That Stratford team, they was just too much. But I am going to go ahead and say that Cy Creek should get the W. And the reason I say that is because Cy Creek have played some tough teams, and so did Memorial. And I do think that Memorial had some tough outings with Cy Fair. They didn't even get on the board. Just like Cy Creek had a tough outing with Stratford. And both teams 4-4 in the district. Oh, I'm sorry, in the regular season. Cy Creek is 3-2, while Memorial is 2-3. If Memorial wins, Cy Creek is out the playoff picture. If Cy Creek wins, Memorial more likely will be out the picture. So it's a do or die situation on Saturday at Pridgeon Stadium. The game of the year. Let's talk about this. Jersey Village, 8-0, 5-0 district play against Stratford, 8-0, 5-0 district play. 2:00 game at Tully Stadium. I won't be there. I wish that we could have Texan Live to be able to broadcast that game, but I think TRSN would be able to broadcast it. I wish that somebody could be able to broadcast it, maybe like Fox Sports broadcast the game. But like I said, not much that I can say about that, but let's carry on. All right, so we have 2 premier matchups, and I think that this matchup is going to be probably one of the best matchups in the state. So you got Jersey Village, who has been putting up points on the board. You got Stratford, who's putting up points on the board. Somebody's defense is going to step up in the last series of the game. Jersey Village running the ball quite well with Roshan Esses, while Stratford is running the ball with the 3 combos in Dallas Payne, Diego Denson, and Jordan Smith. I haven't seen Quincy Jones run it yet. Or Quentin Jones, I should say. Quincy is the receiver. Adam Tran, he is a really good quarterback. RB Carter is a really great athlete. Brandon Fan for Jersey Village. This is going to be a matchup until you get down to the 4th quarter. So it's hard for me to make this pick because I like both schools. But if I have to go with the Texas gamble, I got to go with the edge. And I hate to do this, but guys, I got to make this pick. I don't know who to pick. So I bring in, where's my nephew? Jackson. Oh, he's going to bed. I got to make this pick. Who am I going to pick? Is it going to be Jersey Village or is it going to be Stratford? Jersey Village, Stratford. Jersey Village, Stratford. Y'all, I can't make the pick. For the first time ever, I can't make the pick. I like both schools. Okay, so I guess I have to make the pick. I have to. One, y'all not gonna like me, and I know that I'm gonna get heat on this one. But Friday night or Saturday during the daytime, and I hope I don't be wrong by saying this one. But the edge, I gotta go with the edge, man. I gotta go with them boys. I gotta go with Jersey Village on this one. Stratford, I love y'all. I love each and every one of y'all at Stratford. I'm sorry I had to be able to do this, but I got to, y'all. Gotta go with Jersey Village. I know that y'all may not like me, Stratford. I love all y'all at Stratford at Tully Stadium. I think that y'all got a great football team. Whew, man, I had to go to the Edge. I had to. But Jersey Village looking too good for me right now. And so is Trafford. It's going to be a high scoring game, y'all. It's going to be a high scoring game. Jersey Village is going to take care of business. They got to. I may be wrong. And if I'm wrong, Stratford fans, listen, I'll sing y'all fight song. I don't even know the words to it, but I'll sing y'all fight song to this one. All right, other games. So we got Dulles against Austin. Dulles should take care of business against Austin. Rich Point against Bush should be a very good one over there in Missouri City. We're gonna go with Rich Point over Bush. George Ranch against Clements. George Ranch should get the W. Millby at Hightower. Hightower should get the W. And Willow Ridge against Madison. I'm gonna go with Willow Ridge over Madison. So those are the games, guys. And I really thank y'all so much. We got one more week of the show to do, and then we're going to do playoff talk. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This is Darren Jackson. You guys have a wonderful night. Peace.